Welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Joba Deomi, and it's been a while. I think the last time I recorded an episode was May, June, July, August, September, October, November. That's about 6 months. So yeah, it's been a very, very long while. So how have you been doing? How is your life? The break of 6 months is surreal. So yeah, and like coming back here is it's really special. I've been struggling for like a month now to record an episode. When you pause it, like it's not really okay, let's start again. Coming back here, it's surreal, and it's been a while since I recorded an episode. When you pause recording, when you pause recording for a while, for like the amount of wow, for 6 months, it's very hard to get back into the flow. It's very hard to feel what I was feeling before. And I don't know, I just didn't feel like recording an episode now. So you can imagine how long it took me to sit down here and like look at the book and be like, okay, let me actually record an episode, because to get to that mental stage again, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. I don't know, I just didn't feel like recording an episode. I just didn't feel like, maybe it's just the idea of past success, and all my episodes before were like actually nice. They were actually nice, and coming back to record another episode, and I'm not having this subconscious fear that what if it's not like the others? What if it's not like it doesn't gel like the others? You got what I mean? So I guess it's just this internal fear of not matching up to something we were doing before. So, but I hope this episode is going to be like, this episode and episodes moving forward are going to be better. I don't know, I've not been feeling the need to say much anymore. Maybe because I have a newsletter now. So I write on the newsletter and I also come out to a podcast. So most of my episodes might not be long, unless it was like from the heart and I need to like say what I need to say. But except from that, most of the episodes will definitely be shorter, like the normal short 10 minutes or less videos. So episodes. So yeah. And a lot has happened since the last time we spoke. I think when I paused the podcast, I actually paused it because I didn't like the way it sounded. First of all, is that I do not listen to my podcast. Like, it's just bad business. It's bad business for me to listen to my podcast. Like, I'll start to cringe. I'm like, what am I saying here? What am I doing here? When I record the podcast, I upload it on my laptop and I edit it. After I edit it, that's the last time I listen to it. Or let's say like it's in a year or two. I think now I can listen to my episodes of last year and I'll be okay with it. I'll be fine with it. But listening to it like very close by, I'll start to cringe and be like, what am I doing? And then I'll start to lose all my confidence. I don't like it. I don't like the way it sounds here. And I think it eventually got to me when I was like, I don't like the way it sounds. And I had to pause. And in my mind, I was like, if I can save up for podcast equipment, which I did not save up for podcast equipment, and now I have this, I'm now back to square one, maybe with like a better phone, maybe a better microphone, put like that. There's a different mindset. Yeah, but except from that, I thought that if I pause and I get a better microphone and everything, to be better. But it turns out that I was actually afraid of nothing. It was all in my head. So I thought it didn't sound well. And then it's not the best quality per se. It's not the best quality, but it's okay. Like, I guess people just focus on the content more than the quality of the recording. I think so, right? Because I think when I eventually realized this was when Fisayo is from Tech Agric, Tech Drill, Tech Conference. Man, a lot has happened actually. A lot has happened. So I told Fisayo to listen to my podcast. I was like, Fisayo, I have a podcast about philosophy and life, self-improvement. I was like, okay, sure. And he actually listened to it. He listened to the last episode, and I think last episode is complaining what's it. I don't know. I don't know if that episode is that nice. I think you should have listened to The Art of Being Calm. I think that's like my best short episode till date. Yeah, The Art of Being Calm. So, you listen to it, you're like, yeah, it's nice and everything. He even complained about the sound. That was like the funniest part. That was like the joke of the night, because I paused this podcast for like, I think it was like 5 months at that point in time, or 4 months, or 5 months, yeah. And then he didn't even complain about the sound. The sound I was so afraid of. I was like, nah. I thought you'd be like, this sounds so nice. I was like, it's okay. But it was like, I use a lot of filler words, a lot of this like. Which, if you listen to this episode, please give me feedback. Please give me feedback if I'm still using filler words. So I'll try and cop that in episode, so that honestly, post production, I'm using a lot of filler words. I'm using a lot of but I'll try and cut that off for you guys. So if it's better, just please tell me, which is so I can know that I am improving in my speech. So yeah, a lot has happened in the sense that it's just a different mindset now. I recorded some episodes back in May with a friend of mine. Those episodes of not listened to them because they never actually surfaced, because I don't know. I don't think they are. I'm just in a different frame of mind. So now it's like those episodes conflict with my in my mindset. If I put it like that, they conflict with my mindset, and it won't be nice if I like put them out now or something like that. Sure. But let's see. I mean, I will make sure that at the end of the year I will put it out. Yeah. I'll just name it unreleased episodes, or I'll give it the actual names or something, and I'll just put the episodes out there just for like reference sake, and it'll just be like bonus episodes. And in these recent times, like when I paused the podcast, I actually kind of slipped up from philosophy a bit. I had a phone, my phone, I was using it to read like books and stuff, but the phone eventually spoiled, and I had to like switch like a smaller phone. And during that point in time, no philosophy. I don't know, I actually just forgot about philosophy. And looking back at it, I made some decisions based on just normal feelings and God and everything, like not aligning with philosophical thoughts. And personally, they were really good decisions per se. I think I could have done things a lot better if I was like sticking to philosophy, and you get what I mean. So just like if you're a Christian or a Muslim or whatever, and then you're like an avid Christian or a Muslim, and maybe you sleep up for a few months or something like that, the decisions you make during that sleep up will be a lot different than the decisions that you make when you are still an active person. So yeah, I switched a bit from philosophy. I don't know why. I don't actually know why, but coming back small. And yeah, maybe that's why I don't have a lot to say, because I haven't read a lot of books recently. And yeah, there was this war that I was fighting with myself, and I think that is like the main topic of today. Why are you fighting a war with yourself? So basically, the war was podcast wasn't good enough and stuff like that. It's all in my mind, but in real life, that wasn't the case. So we all have these wars that we're fighting in our mind. So I was having conflicting wars in my mind, in the sense that the podcast wasn't good enough, but in real life, it was actually very nice compared to other podcasts. So the podcast was very nice and everything. People were giving me some feedbacks, more of like filler words that Fisayo gave me, the podcast is too long. A lot of people always say the podcast was too long, like the episodes were just too long. And back then, in my own idea, I was like, pause the episodes. Like, I think the average were like 34 minutes per se. I had like 2 episodes that were like 50 minutes. But, like, just pause the episodes. You listen like 10 minutes, you're tired. Just pause it. Listen to another 10 minutes, you're tired. I was also getting feedback on like the dynamic of it. Like, it was just me on episodes. So it's harder for people to listen that long. It's harder for people to listen that long, like the time span with just one person. Like, there's no vibe to it. Yeah, there was no vibe to it. There were like also no. I need to increase my sense of humor per se. So yeah, I need to increase my sense of humor and everything. So basically the point of this episode was just to see if I still had it in me. If I still had it in me to actually record a podcast, which I feel like, yeah. I mean, I didn't really say much in this episode, but I feel my previous or like subsequent episodes, I would have a lot more to say. But this was just the episode that I was just struggling with. I was trying so hard to record, and then I wasn't able to record, and I just had to record something. And this is something I had to record just to keep my mind in the sense that I can still actually record a podcast and I don't have to beat myself down. And it might pertain to you too. It might be something that is going on with you. You pause for a while and then you're trying to go back, but you just feel you're not just good enough, or your mind is just struggling with it. Just try, man. It doesn't have to be your best. It doesn't have to be like compared to your other episodes, like compared to my other episodes, or compared to your other games or whatever you're doing. But just try, break the ice. When you now break the ice, you can now discover that okay, this is why I'm falling short, this is what I need to do. So from there, you can now move forward. So this episode is more of like breaking the ice of the fact that I've paused for 5 months and I don't know what to say. So it's just breaking the ice and trying to see what I can do better. So making the episode shorter, I think that's something I will do. If I have like short episodes and I have long episodes. So long episodes, I might not be doing those as much unless I have something to say. Short episode is what I'll be leaning into. I think that's better per se because people will enjoy it more. It's shorter, just wrap it up in less than 10 minutes. And this is a wake-up call for everybody that is trying to do something or is struggling with it. Just do it. Like Nike said it all. Just do it, man. Just do it. I've been struggling to record this episode for like 3 weeks. I've been seeing the scripts in 3 weeks and I've been struggling to record it. I'll just not be feeling it. I don't know why, but now that I'm recording it, I'm fine. Like, I'm back in my groove and everything. This episode might not be it, though, but I promise the next one will be. So yeah, if you're a dreamer or you just have plans, just do it, man. Anything that you're planning to do, just do it. Doesn't matter if it's good or not, just do it. And then you make sure that you learn from that mistake and then you just move forward with it. So yeah, get up and start creating, start pushing, just do your thing, man. No competition, just creation. So in the sense that I've been struggling with this too. This might sound very bad, but like finding it hard to be happy for people. That's something I've been struggling with. And I've been just trying to tell myself that you're not competing with these people. You're not competing with people. Like, people you're supposed to be better than. People you're supposed to be learning from. You're not supposed to be competing with them. Right? This guy, maybe you're in the same level, maybe like in the same situation, same community, whatever. And he's doing better than you. Like, even though you guys are at the same level, you're not supposed to be competing with him. You can learn from him. Like, there's nothing bad in learning from someone. It doesn't like bruise your ego or anything. To just like sit down and say, bro, after what you doing, let me learn from you, let me do this, let me do that. So yeah, I've been trying to tell myself every day that the no competition, just creation quote is just that you don't need to be like competing with everybody. Like, I don't know, I just be telling myself that I didn't even need to compete with anybody. I just need to create stuff. I just need to do my own things. And if you're in the mindset of just creating things and just doing your own fare of life and just pushing your own peak, creating your own ideas, you actually be happy for people because you're not competing with anybody. Like you're both programmers. Somebody gets a very big job, lands a job at Google, but you're just pushing your own P. You're just like creating your own stuff, doing your own websites, battling bugs every day. You will actually be happy for that person because you are never competing. Or no, who gets a job first situation. You grab what I mean. So you need to actually be happy for people. I just have this idea of no competition, just creation. Just push your own P every day. Blow out the noise and just focus on yourself and just do your own thing every day and just do your own thing every day. And I think that was something that I was struggling with during my break. I was just focusing on the outside noise. Like, it's just too hard for me to push my own P and just create my own stuff. So when you're in the mindset of just creating your own things, you'll be fine. You'll be fine at the end of the day. So yeah, this is the end of the episode. I didn't write much actually, but it just and it was just like break the ice and just see if I still have the potential to record a podcast. So I promise you that next week, next 2 weeks, I have something nice for you guys. I just want to be consistent with it. I want to be consistent with it. Like, I want to be consistent with the podcast and with the writing. I guess it's more of like inspiration, but I want to be consistent with the inspiration too, in the sense that I get the inspiration when I need to get the inspiration. So yeah, thank you for listening again. I'm your host, Jobadomi, and I really want you to be the best. So yeah, catch you in another one. Peace.